Seeing me turn around, she subconsciously let go of Harold's hand. Harold drank too much tonight. He is your friend. I was worried that he would be unsafe walking on the road alone, so I brought him home. He is a good man with a sense of propriety. He was afraid that you would misunderstand, so he insisted on leaving first. Audrey, who was taciturn, seemed to have endless words to say when she mentioned Harold, and every sentence was defending him. I looked at the woman in front of me and suddenly felt strange. Obviously, I was her childhood sweetheart who grew up with her. Obviously, I was her fiancé who had been with her for 10 years and starting a business. Why, in the end, I became a substitute. I suppressed my heartache and took a deep breath. He is not my friend. He is just a bastard, born by a mistress. After hearing what I said, Audrey suddenly became angry. Chase, how could you say such vicious words to Harold? Apologize to Harold quickly. No wonder you were abandoned by your parents since you were young. No wonder everyone dislikes you. I hate your sarcastic look. You deserve no one to love you. Seemingly afraid that I would hurt Harold, Audrey knocked me to the side of the road and protected him. The gentle moonlight sprinkled on Audrey's face. That nervous look overlapped with the little figure in my memory. Many, many years ago, when we were still children, Audrey also protected me like this. At that time, my mother cheated and got pregnant with someone else's child. In order to be with the bastard, she forced my father to divorce. My father went abroad in anger, and I became a superfluous existence in the family. Every time Audrey heard us quarreling next door, she would rush over to protect me. She said, Chase, you are the best person in the world. Even if no one wants you, I will love you forever and ever. When I grew up, I always kept Audrey's words in my heart. I worked hard to make money, wanting to get rid of my bad family of origin and build a happy family in my heart with her. But when I mentioned this, she always frowned. She said indifferently, that was just children's words. And now, Harold appeared. She didn't even say such euphemistic words to me. She only used, you deserve no one to love you, to pierce the most painful wound in my heart. I turned my head away and didn't want to look at her again. But my eyes couldn't help but redden. Audrey's eyes trembled slightly. I didn't know if she realized that she had said too much or noticed my bleeding feet. She sighed and said, Tonight I will treat you as drunken nonsense, and in the future, there will be no future, I said lightly. What? Audrey didn't understand and wanted to continue asking, but suddenly saw Harold running away in tears. She no longer cared about the questions in her heart and hurriedly chased after him. She walked too fast and didn't notice that the star necklace in her pocket fell off. I picked up the necklace on the ground and thought of the small star tattoo on Audrey's left chest. All the details that I ignored were connected at this moment. Childhood sweethearts couldn't resist the gift of heaven. The so-called 10 years of love was just my wishful thinking. In this case, there was no need for me to struggle for an unworthy woman. When I turned around and went home, I received a message from my father. He booked a flight abroad for me. The time was exactly half a month later, the day of our wedding. The wedding countdown in the living room had now become my departure countdown. I smiled bitterly and threw away all the wedding room decorations and couple supplies. God's will was to use this last half month to say goodbye to everything in my past.